Welcome back. You're watching Sohn Conference, the big faces. Worldwide, Sohn Conference is renowned for giving some big market-moving stocks. Last year, for example, Federal Bank was recommended in the Sohn Conference, and from that point, the stock has gone 70%, or has given 70% returns over a one-year period. From the sidelines of the conference, I once again spoke to Samir Arora. There are a lot of investment bets that he has. One among them is a large private bank that he has recently added to his trading bed.
People look at beaten up names and say that because these stocks have not gone up, therefore today it's a buy. For example, tech, for example, pharma, for example, telecom. My theory is that if you give me an example where the stocks fall a lot and then from next day start going up, it never happens. They then consolidate for a number of quarters and then they start going up. It's not that somebody underperforms and from next day start outperforming. I don't believe that logic. So we are not in any of these three things on the long side, and neither we want to be on the long side, and we don't look at valuation for the moment because we have seen historically that things don't turn around. They can stabilize. They may stop falling, but they don't suddenly start going up from the next day.
Are you referring to telecom here as well? Because that was one theme which was
telecom, tech, pharma. I think there'll be a long period of consolidation, if not further falling. Okay. But I don't, give me an example if you can, where stocks underperform and from next day start outperforming. No, I don't think it happens. Then they consolidate, then some will do well, some will do badly because the big picture tailwind is gone. So I strongly believe in momentum of fundamentals, which means when things are doing well, they continue to do well. But when they do badly, they don't turn around in a quarter or in 2 quarters. Because look at it, if a company has been outperforming for say 8-10 quarters in terms of earnings expectations of analysts and general momentum, then when the first time it disappoints, it tries very hard not to disappoint. And then it can't take it anymore, they can't handle it anymore, the expectations, and then they give up. The next quarter they say, I have had enough of that, now let me strengthen my business, let me not care about this, let me not worry about analysts, because you have got exhausted trying to meet the expectations of the market. So I think these things take a lot of time.
Correct. Samir, we are seeing a lot of domestic liquidity of late, whether it's mutual funds, PMS, they all are seeing a lot of inflows. You talk to a lot of your international clients. Is that a sense of left out feeling within the FIs as well?
No, there's no left out feeling, I think, but this is a big support which they all feel good about, that they are not the only buyers. But if you look at this year, please look at our performance 1 year also, and it's not very different from the back. So nobody's feeling left out. If NASDAQ would be up as much as India is up. Actually, Google and Amazon.
Basket, India has done well, right? But within the emerging market, India,
emerging market has done well, but that's because you are looking at it from December 1 or Jan 1. If you look at it from November 1, it won't be doing any difference from others. That's what I'm saying. Part of the reason for our market rally is because we fell 10% in November and December. So, yeah, if somebody was selling on November 1 and then coming back on Jan 1, normally it doesn't happen like that.
Finally, it's most of the rates are out. It's likely to get implemented from July 1st. Is it going to be disruptive in terms of earnings? And where do you see opportunity because of the shift from unorganized to organized?
That opportunity, everybody in a big picture thinks is true. But in the short term, I think that may provide some correction only. Although I believe that at the end of the day, people will say that this is part of the sort of game of moving to a new system, that these things happen. But then people also get disappointed. So this may be an excuse one day, whenever we need an excuse to correct.
This is going to be a big game changer?
No, I don't think anything in life is a big changer, because nothing is a big changer from day one, because I have bought cable company in 2002, thinking that we are about to get conditional access. Until today, nobody makes money. And then we saw telecom in 90s. Until 2004, Bharti was below par. And then we've seen in any sector that the first day of things versus when somebody really makes money on that factor or on that event is 5 years down. But it's a good general backdrop, positive direction. But nothing is going to change that suddenly from 1st of July everybody start paying their taxes. I don't believe that.
For longest, your biggest long idea has been HDFC Bank, Samir, and you said
all the private sector banks.
All the private sector banks. Does that include ICICI Bank now? Because
Nowadays, yes.
Okay, and do you get a sense that the worst is over and can it now catch up?
We consider ICICI Bank as the best among the PSU banks. When I bought it, which was about 4-6 weeks ago,
Yes.
all the PSU banks were up 30 to 16%, all the private sector banks were up 30%, and ICICI was up 10% or something. Now it's up 25%.
Yes.
So we said it has to be one of those. So it's okay if you want to be a little bit aggressive in terms of thinking that the corporate loans will improve one day and then the NPAs will improve one day. It's sort of better than the other.
Is it a core portfolio bet for you now or trading bet for now?
It's a future bet.
Okay.
But it has some benefits, that it has subsidiaries which are valuable, and those subsidiaries many of the PSUs don't have, and many of them the pure private guys don't have because they are in other, like HDFC has them and not HDFC Bank. So there's some value.
Well, over the years, Sohn Conference has become the top destination for fresh investment ideas, not just in India, but globally. And there's one more thing that gives it an edge, the philanthropy behind it. All the proceeds from this year's Sohn Conference in Mumbai will go to Tata Memorial Hospital. What a noble cause, really. And honestly, I had a lot of fun attending the conference here and interacting with all the sharp market minds. I'll bring you the conference next year as well, but for now, it's goodbye.